All right, welcome everyone to another Willpop Vinyl video here. I've got a Discogs vibe coding update. I'm recording this the next day. It's probably gonna post later. I might combine this even with another recording because I'm continuing to work on this project. But you can see here I have the want list explorer that I explained in the last vibe coding video open. And if you watched that and enjoyed it, you'll notice that there's already some changes here. So I want to walk through some of the other things that we've done to try to improve this tool. So first of all, on the want list, now, so something very basic. If you click through, at the bottom here, you have remove from want list. So now I can edit things from my want list through this local server environment that I've set up. And the reason I wanted to add the ability to remove them is because, like many of you who probably use Discogs and are big collectors, you can see up here I have 413 releases on my want list. A lot of those are from 6+ months ago. Some are from over a year ago. Some date back as long as 5 years. So I think I mentioned this actually last time. What I wanted to do with this originally when I first tried to embark on this vibe coding journey last year was develop a way to explore my want list and re-immerse myself in it, refamiliarize myself with it, and maybe make cuts based on going back and checking out things that I may have put on there some time ago. So the playlist tab here, which is new, is meant to do just that. So yeah, UI aside, I think that we could definitely make this little prompt box much better. But here you see this is a way to generate on the fly a playlist of albums on your want list. So I just simply put in the prompt here, 10 records that have been on my want list for 6 months or more. And it's going to pull YouTube videos for those. I'm also going to see if it can pull from Apple Music, because I noticed that Discogs will embed Apple Music. But I actually, for the first time ever, got frozen out from Claude. I hit my daily usage limit. It's going to unfreeze me in about 5 minutes, and I'm going to keep working on developing this part. I got stuck right here. So for example, I want these this to kind of look like an embedded player within the environment. I don't want to have to click here and then yeah, I can either listen directly like this, or if I click play, I'm not sure it's actually going to take the window here. Yes, it is. It's going to take me over to a YouTube video that's just the first track on this album. And what I really want is the full album, or a series of videos that show, right, or that will play the full album. So that's kind of where we are in the queue. And once it unfreezes, I'm going to have it continue developing that. But yeah, I think this is kind of the next step of what I want. So we have the recommendations, and you can see here, actually, maybe maybe this wasn't working in the last videos. I've done so much since in the last day or so. So now recommendations, yeah, you can just type in things like 10 Blue Note jazz records that I don't own, and it's going to come up with those. I added the ability to not like videos, but like albums that I like. Go into the liked section here, and you can even add them directly to the want list. The issue here is that it doesn't always put necessarily like the pressing or edition that I want. Don't really blame Claude for not being able to do this. Like for my personal collecting habits, I want first pressings or very early pressings, or in some cases where like the first pressings are really expensive, like probably a lot of these Blue Notes here, I'd be up for doing a Japanese, but giving it all that context and making it try to guess like which pressing I might want is too difficult. So I'm not sure how useful adding things directly to my want list from here are going to be, but for other people, this might be fine if you don't really care about which one you're getting. And likewise, I added a section down here for disliking. So anything it sends me that I end up not liking, I'm going to put down here because I want it to exclude those recommendations moving forward. And yeah, not keep sending me Plantasia over and over again, because that's considered a new age album and it knows I like that type of stuff. So yeah, let's see. 4 minutes here. I'm trying to think of what else we could talk about. I mean, yeah, just continuing to plug away at this. And I guess, yeah, from here, I'll just end this section of the video and record another one later and add it on. The ultimate goal is to try to figure out if there's a way to actually get this up onto a website that would allow other people to log in with their Discogs username and password in a way that's obviously safe and secure. So that way they could play around with these tools themselves. So yeah, hopefully this looks cool or continues to look cool if you're following along. And I'm going to end this part of the video. I'll be back again with more updates as once my Claude allows me to continue coding. Okay, we're back after that probably hard cut there with a lot of changes. Well, depending on how you define a lot of changes. So I've cropped it out for the purpose of this video, but I'm now completely live with this up on a website, a temporary URL. So you can see up here, actually is my head blocking it? Yes, my head's blocking it. So if you see up in the right corner there, it says I'm signed in as Willpop Vinyl. That's my name here. That's my name on Discogs as well. So yeah, this is up, and the way that you can access it now is you log in using Discogs as your credential. So you don't have to make your own username or password. When you come to the platform, you'll just be asked to log in with Discogs, and then it'll automatically pull your entire want list, and it'll pull your collection, although I don't have a collection viewer here. Maybe that would be worth adding as well. And yeah, I'll make a note of that. That could be low-hanging fruit just to add a tab there. So yeah, we have the here's the want list view, which you've seen before. And again, this is all live. Some small changes that I've made. So previously, this view on Discogs link was buried all the way at the bottom. Likewise, so yeah, I moved that to the top just so that if you want to actually go to Discogs proper and see it's there. These YouTube videos to play, before you had to click on them one at a time. Now you can like play all, or if you play one, it'll go to the next. So it's forming a playlist there. So if you want to explore that way, it's a lot easier. So it's much closer to the functionality that's already kind of native on Discogs, though this is a little bit more compact. This, I'm not sure, this could take or leave. Maybe this should be hidden behind a drop-down menu, like something that you can toggle to expose this information. It's not really that necessary. Track list is not entirely redundant because the YouTube videos are not always going to be all there, depending on what's been uploaded, and obviously rights management and stuff. So I think having the track list is good. Something else that we've done, so generating notes here. This now should get stored. So the first time you generate them, the model will fire up and write the notes, but then it's going to get saved into a database. So if you want to generate notes again, you're not going to have to like spend tokens against the AI model. It's all going to be there. The other thing I added is, since this is fairly generic and it might not be that interesting, I added this prompting bar below. So if you want to ask more questions about this, like, for example, like, let's just come up with a funny example. So like, which track is the most popular or well regarded on this record? And I'm just ignore my spelling. And so now you can actually start like a little conversation about the record, interrogating the model. And so it says Fire is the masterpiece. Now I actually like Earth the most, which is interesting. And so that way, like, you could ask, about individual players on the record, or, it's kind of already giving you some adjacent records, but you can interrogate that further. And all of these queries cost like a cent or less in terms of tokens. So it's pretty free. Like, I funded my Anthropic wallet with like $20 worth of tokens, and I think I spent about $1.20 of them so far in all of like the AI usage that this uses over 3 days. So it's really quite cheap to run. So that's the other thing. So like, once you log in with Discogs, there's a settings bar here. And when you click that, it'll ask you to input your Anthropic token. It'll give you a link on where to get that. So if you already use Claude, you probably have an Anthropic account. If you don't, you can make one easily. And to get the little key that you use to then power this platform, you do have to fund the wallet or fund it. So It doesn't, if you use Claude and you pay like the $5 a month or the $20 a month, it regards that usage different from the type of usage that you would use here. So this is just the solution that I figured for now. So that way I'm not paying. Probably anyone who's super interested in testing this, if they reach out, I'll easily, send you 10 or 20 bucks if you want to fund a wallet to test it. I'm looking for feedback. But yeah, let's move on here. So recommendations likewise. So now all the playing here, I guess here it only found a full album one, but I've also moved, there's the like dislike out here on the main side on the cards that appear in the list, but then I also added like dislike in here as well, and you can see again like the dislikes still populate down here and all the liked stuff populates here. Adding directly to the want list, again, I don't know how useful that's going to be for me, but and yeah, all the functionality of asking it questions up here to generate recommendations still works. And I'm not sure, did I show much from the playlist generation last time? I still haven't worked on the Apple Music side, but the YouTube. So, again, like, what would be a good prompt here? Yeah, show me 5 indie rock records from my want list and make a playlist. So yeah, again, this is like the feature that's meant to like rediscover things that you may have on your want list. I know some people out there have lots and lots and lots of stuff on their want list. So here's what it's giving me. Slint, Wolf Parade, Mac DeMarco, and Black Country New Road. It says I already own this record, but this is a different version of it. So, and you can see here I can open it directly in YouTube and it'll take me to, I believe it'll take me to, let's see, it should take me to, yep, here we are. So yeah, here's all of the Slint record. It found only a few tracks from Wolf Parade, a few tracks from Mac DeMarco. It looks like it found most of or all of Black Country New Road. So it's still limited by what's on YouTube. So another thing that I want to investigate is like, can we embed Apple Music, because I see that Discogs has that. Can we embed Spotify, allow people to log in with those credentials as well and populate it that way if you're like a multi-streaming subscriber. So this still works. Obviously there's still refinement here. These buttons look a little ugly, but you can also play them directly here. So you don't have to kick out to YouTube if you don't want to. You can play natively within the platform. And then you would see this like, oh, it only found 3 tracks, it only found 1 track. And yeah, so it's not perfect, but it's still something. I think the recommendations is the most interesting and the most fruitful to keep exploring for myself and probably for anyone. So yeah, this is just another quick update. It was a lot easier to get this. Oh, let me see. I had moved myself to the bottom corner, so hopefully seeing all this stuff, yeah, whatever. It doesn't have to be perfect, but yeah, I mean, the really cool thing was getting it set up. Actually, was quite simple. Claude was able to handle. I basically cleaved this into a new project, and it rewrote everything from the local environment into now a project that was meant for multiple users. So that includes like an encrypted way for people to log in. And using the OAuth stuff that is already available through Discogs, I was able to get the key and the secret key I needed off of Discogs easily to enable people to log in like that. And yeah, it just uploaded basically. I already had a GitHub account. I can't remember why. So it used that. It was able to upload everything to GitHub, and it's using a service that then can pull from GitHub and create this web app directly from there. So, and Claude is able to edit the GitHub directly. And then the service, refreshes every time there's a new commit. And so I'm still able to make changes to this live now platform, which is really cool. So yeah, that's where we're at. It's July 3rd, going away, tomorrow for 4th of July. I'll be gone. It's going to be super hot. We're in the middle of a heat wave here, but I hope to keep working on this more next week. hopefully get some friends involved. And yeah, if you're seeing this and you're super interested in trying it, leave a comment below. I'll put my Instagram in the notes here, so you can find me on Instagram and send me a direct message there, and we can figure out how to get you set up pretty easily. I'm trying to maybe get like 5 or 10 people who are interested, who have a decent want list, a decent collection, so sufficient data for the model to pull from, and interested in discovery, interested in just providing feedback too, right? I'm happy to, again, ship you some money to buy tokens so you can use this thing to its full extent, provided that you'll actually give thoughtful feedback and commentary on what you found useful and what you didn't, and what you want and what you don't. So I'll leave it there for now. And yeah, hope everyone had a good 4th. If you're seeing this, it's probably a few days after. And I'll be back with another update hopefully soon.